welcome to Satsuma Designs. Today we're going to be sewing a top stitch, which works out to a 1/4 inch seam allowance. And as you remember in some of the other videos, I sewed these two pieces of cotton fabric together for a nice clean seam. Then I went ahead and I edge stitched using an 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Now I want to show you how to top stitch, which will give you about a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay, I'll go ahead and I'm going to be using the outside of my presser foot as my guide, and I'm going to run it along my edge stitch here. I'm going to drop my sewing foot, I'll sink my needle, I'll go ahead and forward stitch a couple and back tack to sink my seam. Here we go. Okay, I'm approaching the edge of my fabric, so I'm gonna go ahead and back tack and finish up. Okay, terrific. So I'll use my gauge and let's see how I did. I'm gonna insert just on that little circle there, and looks pretty good. So it's a 1/4 inch between that top stitch and my edge stitch there. Let me show you what it looks like on the back. Okay. So we have our seam, our original seam, then our edge stitch, then our top stitch. Okay, terrific. And I want to mention that understitching in the case of a neckline, these are very useful stitches to know how to do. This is a neckline on our medical scrubs, and you see I've understitched this seam allowance to make sure that the top of the neckline doesn't roll. So this is a very handy skill to have in your toolbox. Okay, we are going to be having more fun doing lots more sewing and lots more stitching on this channel. So please remember to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.